has been hospitalized twice in the last month for the same, similar things, kind of the same thing. Every time I've gone live since she's been out of the hospital, that's like the #1 asked question is, how is she doing? And then everybody in the comments always wants to know why she was hospitalized. Okay, so wait on this to heat up. At the month last month, my daughter out of nowhere just started acting funny and she was really fussy. So we had opted to take her to the emergency room thinking maybe she had hurt her leg or something. Well, she ended up being admitted to the hospital at night for emergency surgery to clean an infection out of her joint. Fast forward, she did 2 weeks of antibiotics. Her doctor thought we needed just 1 more week to be safe, so we did 1 more week. She finished her antibiotic course that Sunday, and that Wednesday we noticed she was just super fussy again and her leg was kind of red when we woke up. We called her doctor and we're like, hey, this is what's going on. He was like, I want you to take her to the emergency room. We took her to the emergency room expecting it to be like kind of a quick trip, like a little, oh, well, we just need to keep an eye on it, or let's do another week of antibiotics. They decided that instead she needed another MRI. I don't know if you know, but for a baby to do an MRI, they have to sedate. And the goal was, same thing as last time, if it showed infection, she would go back to the operating room. Well, halfway through her MRI, I saw one surgeon walk down the hall. I saw the entire peds team walk down the hall, and I just knew they were taking her for surgery. A couple minutes later, her orthopedic surgeon comes out, and the infection was now in her bone. So we had to do a second surgery to clean the infection out of her bone. They said that it has to do with staph, and everybody's naturally a carrier of staph, but it got into her bloodstream, probably from a cut or a scrape or something, and it just wouldn't leave, and it just agitated into her knee. But because she did reinfect, and we didn't really get a reaction that we wanted from oral antibiotics, now she's gonna be on an IV antibiotic. She has a PICC line in her arm. It goes all the way through right outside of her heart, and we just do her IV antibiotics every day at home. And I hope that answered the questions, because honestly, this has been my own personal nightmare, and every time I go live, everybody wants to know what's going on with the baby, why she has her leg taped up and stuff. So there's all the answers. I'm happy to answer any questions about it, but don't be ugly. She's my baby. Don't be ugly.